I'm so
with her
sorry.
involved. Yeah.
Yes.
We are now live. Let us welcome. Let us say hello. You guys, welcome to the Online Bullshit Patreon. I am the tech person, and it drives me nuts. And I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not trying to complain, but it
You're
does
doing a
make
great
me
job.
act crazy. So,
Oh yeah.
I want people to keep in mind that when I'm mean, it's because I'm frustrated.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. And we're going to do our best to encourage you every step of the way. And me and Emily Rose are here just to support you.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
and
much.
create a safe space for you to
Thank you so
fail.
much.
Okay?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
honestly the whole reason we're
Yeah.
doing this live is to support you.
Mhm. Yeah.
I want to ask you guys something.
What?
Yes. What?
What do you think I would have to do to get put into a conservatorship? Wait, I already got the answer. I don't make anyone any money. That was kind of a big part of it, I think.
Scrolling through my feed, all I see is bullshit. Fake news, clickbait, gotta sift through all of it. Oh, like share, retweet, trying to keep up with the trends, but it's all just a facade, man, it's all pretend. Online bullshit, that's all it is. You say you're living large, but I know it's just a myth. Online bullshit, can't you see? We're all caught up in the nonsense, it's time to break free.
I
Yeah.
think so. I do think that has so much to do with it. Believe it or not, today I was doing some research and I found out that there actually is something other than a probate conservatorship. There is like a mental health conservatorship in
Okay, sorry,
California.
pause again. You know what
Okay.
I just realized?
What?
I just made us live now.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Wait, so they
Honestly,
didn't
the
get to hear any
content
of
you
that?
all have missed has just been fucking gold. And I feel bad
Can't
that
be
we've lost that for
recreated.
them. Can't be
Yeah.
No, I'm
recreated.
going to recreate it now.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay.
Good time.
Just so y'all know, a few minutes ago I told them we were live, and I didn't realize I was just watching
Oh.
like a little example video of my own face in front of my,
Yeah.
And then I said, "Wait, I don't see a chat. Nobody's there." And then I said, "Oh, I still need to hit go live."
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Meanwhile, Emily and I are here dancing as fast as we fucking can.
We are.
You know?
You want to talk about stage moms? You want to talk about
Is that you or
performance
me?
pressure?
Exactly.
You.
Me.
Yeah, you.
And then I
Okay.
said, "What would I have to do to get put into a conservatorship?"
And then
And
you
then I said, "I don't make anyone any money."
Mhm.
And so no one would ever think to do that because you'd only do it if I I think they'd just let me die. Like, you know what I mean? That's what would happen. They would be like,
yeah.
well, she's got to help herself.
Yeah.
If she wants to get help, she's got to help herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you concerned about your behavior
No.
during this as the tech person today?
No, but I think you started going off that idea of the conservatorship making money.
Well, I was saying that
Emily,
today.
welcome to the show, Emily
Oh,
Rose.
hey guys, Emily Rose here. Welcome back to the live. I was saying that today I learned that there is a different kind of conservatorship from the one that Britney was put in. So she was put in a probate conservatorship, which is typically for like elderly people, dementia patients. But then there is a mental health conservatorship that is separate from the probate, that apparently the threshold to be put in one of those is much, much higher. You have to basically prove that you're a threat to society emotionally and mentally, which is
okay. So Bam Margera was in that.
Was he in the mental health or was he in the probate?
Yeah, because it kind of came up. This girl who explained that whole thing to me online. Her name is Medusone. O-N-E.
I watch her.
Oh, I love her.
I
yeah,
recognize
me too.
that name. I've watched her in something before.
She does
On our
great,
episode.
long
Yeah,
form.
yeah.
And she hates BJ.
And she hates Lee. No, she's fine with Lima. Sorry, she's fine with Lima.
No,
but she does
which-
hate BJ.
again, I gotta
No, I
have to
know.
side eye.
Once we talked to you, we sort of realized, like, though there's problems with Lima too, because I just kept being like, why does she seem so dumb? And you're like, yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
she's weird.
So, yeah, I remember Meduson pointing it out because she's a Britney Spears fan. So she was like more okay with that conservatorship that Lima had on BAM
yeah,
because it was mental health and she didn't really stand to like make a ton of money. Like,
well,
do-
also the mental
Yeah.
health one. Sorry, you get reevaluated once a year. So like it's mandatory. It's built in that you get evaluated to see if you still need it. Yeah.
Wait, and Emily, can you answer a
Mhm.
question for me with the mental health conservatorship?
Mhm.
I think I'm remembering from our Bam Margera episode. Did he have more control over his own money? Was it not like a financial thing necessarily, or is that like it has to be because it's a conservatorship? I honestly don't know.
I know,
No,
right?
I
Yeah.
was learning that, well, it sounded like it was the same for the mental health as it is for the probate. I think
Okay.
that in both, you don't necessarily have to manage a person's estate and their person.
Okay.
Whereas I think it's the same for both. So you
Mm-hmm.
can also manage the estate of someone in a mental health conservatorship. I'm not sure how they differ in that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No, I mean, yeah, because you were saying there's like there's a higher bar, shall we say, for a
Yeah.
mental health conservatorship. And the thing that is always always pops up into my mind is that when they were putting Britney in the conservatorship, didn't they the judge say it was dementia
Yes.
Yeah, which
as one
makes
of the
me
causes?
think that
Yes.
was required to get this kind.
Yeah,
That's
because
what it's
Exactly.
making me think.
Yeah, it's always been
is.
so odd to use
Totally.
that word in the context of a young woman.
Totally.
So that
know?
so you had to prove. So this is what blows my mind is what circumstances what was Britney going through that would line up more with dementia than with a mental health crisis.
Well, and
Yeah.
it's the money, right? It's that she could make money, she could spend all of her money, and then she wouldn't be able to employ all of these people.
Well, yeah, and it was also something like it was there was a specific wording that was used that indicated that they would this was what it was. The dementia piece that got Britney in it was susceptible to fraud or to being conned. And that was
Oh.
one of the stipulations for the dementia piece.
Yeah.
And at the
Yeah.
time, the reason that her family put her in it was because of goddamn Sam
Lutfi.
what's his name? Lutfi.
Yeah.
And
Who
he
has
was
since come out and tried to change the whole narrative.
Yes.
Which is, these people, it's so funny just how everything changes in our mind just because time goes by.
Yeah.
I don't know who fucking believes Sam Lutfi, but I'm sure some dumbass that likes Popcorn Planet is eating up all of his words.
I just had them banned from my YouTube feed.
Oh,
'Cause
hell
I
yeah.
Do you mean you blocked them?
I blocked
Yeah.
them. That's it.
I was like, oh, shit.
I called up YouTube and I was like, if you don't get Popcorn Planet off of my For You, I'm gonna piss in your face. And they did it for me.
I was like, what the fuck are we doing
know.
here?
I was
Yeah,
like,
that
they've
got
been
pulled.
banned? No, they
but I
haven't
did.
been
I
banned.
watched a single Meghan Markle sort of related thing on Popcorn Planet, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I hate everybody on this, and I hate this entire thing. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Me
yeah.
too.
Anyway, I just wanted to be a part of the
Yeah.
crowd.
No, for sure. And the interesting thing, though, if you think about it, because I think a lot of people have been kind of maybe coming back around to Sam Lutfi or whatever, like you said, more
They
willing to
ha-
believe
yeah,
him.
There has to be somebody.
But the
believing that shit.
reasoning is because he was pro Free Britney.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the reason he would be
So
pro
he
Free
could get in
Britney
there.
is so that he could fucking fraud, drug her. And so
Well,
It's
he
like-
was the person that the judge was warning them about that she is susceptible to. It
Yes.
is,
Exactly. Yes.
That's
who he's
literally
pointing
who was
to.
cited in the court,
Oh my
in the
God,
court documents.
seriously?
They literally cited
I
him.
was joking. Oh
No,
my God. That's
you're-
insane.
Your intuition.
Wait,
Listen, getting people
so-
banned from YouTube. Your Honor.
Yeah.
Do you remember, Emily, in 2019, we had the Britney's Graham podcast.
Uh-huh.
They got the phone call from a guy who purported to be a paralegal at the law firm.
Yep.
Yes.
I believe the one that managed her money. Her
Mhm.
lawyer that managed her money, whose name was Andrew Wallet. Okay?
Now I know you're fucking lying.
Andrew Wallet stepped down. All of a sudden, something happened and he stepped down, and the Britney's Graham girls were paying attention, and they were like, all of a sudden, this guy he said something interesting for the reason why he had to step down. Like he no longer shared the same values or something.
Right.
And so they were like, what the fuck? And then that's why this paralegal called in.
Yeah. And he was
And
like,
said-
shit's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She actually doesn't have a say. She's been put into rehab or this mental health facility. Perhaps it wasn't rehabilitated for drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that she did not sign herself in. It wasn't her choice. And like he was also watching and he was concerned. And
Mhm.
so, anyways, everybody that listens or everybody who gets word is like free Britney, and it starts to grow on social media then.
Mhm.
And then all of these articles started coming out about how Britney Spears got a new restraining order against Sam Lutfi.
Mhm.
And she also just wanted to say blah, blah, blah about that relationship in like her Instagram post.
Mhm.
That was like her proof of life, where she was like,
right.
all is well.
Yeah,
I'm just taking care of myself and I'll be back soon. Love you.
yeah.
And we were like, this is because you guys know, we know things
yeah.
aren't good.
Well, no, that's why I was about to ask, like, when was this?
2019.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
So then the people start protesting at
Right.
all of her trial
Court-
hearings,
right.
which they're always supposed to be going over accounting and stuff. They're
Right.
they're always getting together to do whatever it is you need to do to keep the conservatorship going.
Right.
Hence why then all of those people were being paid by the conservatorship to go to trial to argue why it should stay.
Mm.
Both sides, were being paid by Britney.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it seemed like a fucking conflict of interest. You know?
Wait, explain that again. What you just
So
said.
Jamie had lawyers
Right. Her dad. Yeah.
that were like, yeah, and then she had her own lawyer, Sam Ingham, who was supposed to, advocate for her.
Right.
But like, he wasn't. And
Right.
every time she went to try to hire her own lawyer, which we would get I'm sure TMZ was part of this, like little snippets of hearing stuff like that.
100%.
There's even a voicemail that someone saved where she's trying to call a lawyer and hire
Right.
him.
Mhm.
Yes.
She was never allowed to hire her own lawyer, so she's just fucking paying for this lawyer,
Right.
paying for Jamie's lawyers,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
all of it. She's just, and then paying out the ass for everything. So that's why
Yeah.
it seemed fucked up.
Yeah.
And anyways, where we are now is interesting.
I
I'm
would
sorry.
agree.
Go
No.
ahead.
No. I would agree. Where we are now is interesting. I think that there's this conversation that's happening right now online. And part of what I'm doing right now is a series called We Need to Talk About the Fandom. And so forgive me if I lean into the Britney fandom a little bit or critique some of them, because I think that there's this interesting thing that happened. And I talked about this a little bit with you guys. The Britney Spears fandom and the Free Britney movement is particularly scary in comparison to the Barbs or the Swifties, because the Free Britney people organized and they got legislation, they got in there and got
Mhm.
shit done.
Yeah.
And that kind of organization and focus is frightening.
Well, and now because of that, they are formally networked, making them like
yes.
even more powerful than the Beehive, you know?
Yeah, they're so powerful. And when I was in the past couple of days, I've been like, I was asking ChatGPT. Okay, I was like, where I am looking for critiques of the Free Britney movement, and obviously take this with a grain of salt. This is a computer talking to me, but it said, it said, finding critical pieces post 2021 of the Free Britney movement is very difficult because people view that movement as a success, and combating it is often met with a lot of like emotion and hostility. And I was like, yeah,
Well, nobody wants to like shit on the afterglow of
right.
a whole bunch of people coming together for a common cause, which they
Mhm.
all feel is, you know, beautiful and just, which is freeing
Yes.
Britney, and
Yes.
actually like being able to do it, and she's free and happy ever after, and to like see so clearly that that is not the way this is ending up, and that,
Yeah.
you know, it's very hard for some people to be wrong. I think that's what we're learning in life. Yeah.
Well, I also just logically in my brain always go back to we thought she was being worked, like you know, and I don't know if that was true or like if her having activities really did help her stay sober
Mm-hmm.
or something. But it seems like if they wanted to go back to the drawing board, they could have just changed it to a mental health conservatorship. That's what I always thought, but I know nobody was advocating for that, you know?
Well, I think too that the probate conservatorship is permanent in nature, and the only way you can terminate it is to petition it, whereas the mental health one is, like I said, it's reviewed yearly.
Yeah,
And
that
so
makes sense.
getting out of that permanent one is like, I mean, it would take a mass organization of BJ investigates. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know, Jesus Christ.
Should we just go right to your clip?
Oh, are you going to play it?
That's what I thought we were doing, yeah.
Okay,
Awesome,
let's do it.
BJ, or was it surprise witness?
I don't remember.
It's always fucking that surprise witness when she's getting on her lawyer
When
box.
she's on her Britney shit. Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause, yeah. They lied about Britney DUI arrest.
Yes.
That's what it's called.
Hello, everybody. Britney Spears got a DUI. Or did she? Or did she? Because the more I look into what actually supposedly happened on March 4th, 2026, just a few days ago, the more I realize there was a mad dash to lie to us about Britney Spears and about Britney Spears. No, we need to talk about it. We got to talk about it. I got my little notes here. I do have a couple links I'm going to pull up in due time as we get through this, but I'm going to be here all day if I don't like just kind of get through some of the details here on the front end. So essentially, the reporting on Britney Spears, I think, and in my opinion, kind of says a whole lot more about how this country is treating that woman than it says about her. All right. And hopefully by the end of this video, you might see things my way. So let's start with the closest thing that the public can possibly have to the actual facts. These are the confirmed on the record and often confirmed by law enforcement facts. There was a black BMW 430i reportedly driving erratically at a high speed. How was it driving erratically, you might be wondering? What was the speed? Was it over the speed limit? Who knows? Okay, that's very important here. It's not like she was going 110 miles an hour and a speedometer caught it. No. Someone called. Who is the someone? Who is the someone? That is a question I want you to keep asking yourself.
Oh, she was like, okay, she was like, Britney Spears arrested for DUI. Or was she?
Yeah.
Was she?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Britney Spears was arrested for a DUI. We don't have any of that evidence. So I don't know. I wasn't there. But I have my little notes in front of me. That's what she said.
So wait, do you think she's saying that she was indeed not even arrested for DUI, and all of these stories from TMZ, etc., are
Are made
complete
up?
and utter fabrications? Is that where we are?
I do believe so, Nathan. If I know my girl, I'm gonna go with totally.
I couldn't conceive of anything that crazy.
I
and
couldn't
I have
oh my
either.
no
gosh.
idea if you're being sarcastic and what you're being. I don't know what
Me?
you mean right
No.
now,
I
Nathan.
literally could not conceive. I was thinking, oh, she just misspoke, and she just means it's like, we don't know if she's guilty. Like, that was her way of saying it. But no, you're saying specifically, she's like, this is a media fabrication.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
She-
all right.
One step up from QAnon.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
she
okay.
decoding celebs. There's like a few of them out there. Probably Popcorn Planet, who knows?
Yeah.
That are just like straight up like if she was even the person that they made the call about at all. And so it's like this. If she was arrested, okay? If
Mhm.
she was in fact the person that was pulled over, it was because she was being followed. And they were trying to book her on some nonsense. And so they were waiting for her to step out of line or to drive out of line, as it were, and then turned the sirens on and pulled her over. And then they tried to get her to blow. This is the conspiracy. Tried to get her to blow for DUI. She wouldn't do it. So
Mhm,
they
Yeah.
make up some bullshit and send her to the hospital to get her blood tested. And they won't release the mugshot. They won't release the test results. They won't release the body cam footage because there's nothing to it. And
Okay.
they are just using an arrest, if it was her at all, because again, it could just be the clone of her, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And-
thought she was only a clone. I
well,
thought it was like all Britney was clone.
that's my bandwidth, Katie. We
I
talked
know,
about this
I know.
earlier.
It's like, wait, you can think that this whole story is fake, but then also that Britney is not Britney.
Yes.
So like,
What would be the
No,
The
Britney
point-
has to not be Britney in these narratives that they're creating, where Britney is like this, like not even, capable of such
Yes.
malfeasance as to drink and drive. It's
I
like Britney
know.
has to be a clone because
but also
any of us can point to the fact that Britney has obviously been devolving for years, and it's apparent to this day that she is
Yep.
not in good shape, and it is absolutely feasible that there would be found drugs in her car when she's arrested for a fucking DUI.
yeah.
It's like fucking peanut butter and chocolate.
I feel
No.
like you're like those people in the Disgusting Britney sub who are like, I cannot believe the Britney Spears subreddit. They think she's a god.
Yeah.
And it is like that, but then it is those people on TikTok who say she's a clone because, well, if I A to see it, it's because she's not pretty anymore.
Yeah, it's because she.
Oh God,
It couldn't be like
Yeah.
she didn't stop wearing
perfect
her
angel.
retainer. It couldn't
Mhm,
be the
yeah.
cigarettes she's been smoking for 25 years. It's
A
It's a clone.
clone.
it's a clone.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying about the Jim Carrey clone thing.
Oh,
Was
God.
if Jim
I
Carrey
hate
were
that
cloned,
conversation.
he would look better.
right,
look-
dude.
He wouldn't look
Yeah.
like a man who got a facelift and some filler.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's like that's beta clone. That needs more testing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were
let's-
good at cloning by now.
I
With all
know.
the clones I've heard
Everybody
about.
thinks the Illuminati is perfect, but they try and fail and try again.
They
just
have
like
their
the
flaws.
rest of us.
Yes.
know?
I'm curious what Nathan thinks their last mistake was.
The Illuminati's last mistake in terms of cloning.
Yeah. No, in terms
In
of
general.
anything.
Yeah.
It's in terms of what it seems like maybe the Illuminati was trying to do but failed at.
Mhm.
Oh,
like
gosh,
like Jim Carrey's face,
hmm
but
Oh,
not
I'll tell
that
you.
one because we've already talked about it. Okay.
Yeah.
I know. They were using Timothy Chalamet through the Kardashian Jenner family as a way to bring down Big Opera. Didn't work.
I like that.
Yep.
I like that. No,
Oh.
it's that anti-intellectual, anti-elitism
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right. Actually, if you bring down big opera,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
it's going to directly contribute to the MAGA sphere
Yes.
because those people, you know, we don't know how, but it slowly happens that they just get dumber and dumber and dumber
Mhm.
Yeah.
until I'm watching Love is Blind and I'm wondering if all of these people came from one church or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
I swear
Don't
to
get me
God, they
started.
want us to end up like the people at the end of the movie WALL-E. Just like everybody unhealthy, flitting around in our chairs, getting whatever we want all the time, but having like absolutely no like human satisfaction whatsoever.
mhm. Pretty
Well,
much.
y'all, now the Illuminati sounds real.
So true.
It might be. That's the scary thing. Based on all the
That's
shit
true.
that's come out,
That's
why
true.
not?
I know. It's-
Seriously.
I just would expect, I don't know, the cloning thing. I'm like, well, we didn't have enough time to grow a new Britney Spears. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways,
I mean,
the
I don't know
clone
how it
thing
works.
seems crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either.
What was the next point that I was going to make?
I don't know. I keep on hijacking the actual content with my shenanigans. So where were we?
Chat, are you guys there? Yeah, someone said good impression. I saw something today but didn't look into it. She blew a .06. Yes.
Everybody's pointing to the fact that she blew a .06. And like that's what BJ is gonna say. It's like
Yeah, but BJ already thinks it didn't happen. No, but I
That's true.
do think
No,
that BJ's job is to poke holes in the theories.
yeah, exactly.
So to say all of them like a good lawyer would.
Yeah. Well, everybody is like, first of all, they're taking that .06 to be like absolute gospel. And I'm like, no, it's just something we heard on TMZ still, everybody. We don't see the test results. Not that we have to. But also, it's just like, it's less about the alcohol, and it's more about the Mexican Adderall that I do not doubt was in her car.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the issue.
No, that's what we see every day on
Yeah,
Instagram. that
Exactly.
That's the
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
And yeah. So those people who are like, so since we found out she wasn't driving drunk, blah, blah, blah. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you mean that whole thing where you say .06 isn't legally drunk,
Yeah.
therefore she should be fine. When
Mhm.
we're like, they saw how she was driving, so they
Yeah.
pulled her over
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they charged her.
hmm
Yeah. They arrested her on suspicion of drunk driving.
Yeah.
And
Based
they
on her
cut
actions
there-
that human beings could see.
yes.
Yeah.
And-
Just, I want to get that out there.
Can I talk about something that I haven't seen anyone talk about?
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you both listened to the radio that the police talk to each other on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
The
talking about.
dispatch call.
The
where
dispatch. Thank you so
one
much.
of
I
them's
haven't
like,
listened to the
I got a
dispatch call.
22 motherfucker, 22 MFer out on the
Mhm.
street
Yes.
following, and then they're like, code blue.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, wow, Katie. Wow,
Were you a
dude.
cop? Oh my God. Serious. I was scared. I was scared I was going to get caught doing something when you were saying that.
That's why then when you tell the truth, Nathan, I
Yeah.
don't know if you're telling the truth because just before we started recording this, I was making faces about the technology.
Mhm.
And Nathan said, "You're so pretty." And I was like, "Oh my God, thank you." And then I was like, "That's not what you mean, is it?"
Yeah. Suspicion kicked in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
No,
anyways,
we
I'm
talked
so
about how
sorry.
I hit a core wound and I'm a terrible person because of that. And I feel sorry about it. But
And
anyway.
you guys missed it.
Yep.
Well,
I'm sorry I interrupted you. Go ahead.
no. I was just asking if you heard it because the inflection in the woman's voice who's like calling it in is interesting to me, but in a very specific way. And so I think you'd have to listen to it to like,
Here, I'll bring it up.
yeah,
Okay.
pull it up. Pull it up. In fact, okay.
From all parts, 2252, eastbound 118 East Yosemite, black sedan, erratic braking, swerving, and driving with no tail light.
483, I copy. I'm in the area.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's my place.
83 in the area. From all parking units, 22103 northbound 101 from Rancho Road, a black BMW sedan, in and out of lanes and near TC's, now speeding. Clear on a 2016 BMW convertible out of LA.
475, I'm lane south of.
75 copies. The second unit, you recovered. Go ahead.
You're in UTL.
UTL. I copy. Southbound 101, number 2 and 3 closed, just south of Seaward to north of Telephone.
5475 UTL is Flynn. I'm going to DOL here just for a moment, just in case there's someone behind me. 5483, if that was for the BOL, I heard it exited at Pleasant Valley. For 5475, I'm UTL 98.
All I can hear is Nathan breathing.
It's
That was
ASMR
amazing.
time.
Yay! Okay, so my point is the first part of that where she's like something BMW, switching lanes, erratic braking, and no taillights. Like she says it like that. And it's okay if I'm reaching with this, but I just want to say the inflection in her voice
Yeah.
reminded me of when I used to work in behavior at a school that actually today went viral for a fight that the kids were in. Shout out. But it reminded me of when I would walkie my team and it was about a behavior from a kid that we knew was going to go off today. And like
Yeah.
they were doing the same thing. It's like,
Yeah, because she was like, erratic braking and no taillight.
yes.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like the inflection reminded me of when I would like walkie, like, you know, I would be like, Marlo to Comet, Katie's in the pod, punching Nathan, and just threw a whole bookshelf on Miss Turner's class.
Oh, okay.
And that's like how you speak when this
Yeah.
is the millionth time that
Mhm.
a kid has done this, and it's
Yeah.
like I'm so
And we-
fucking sick of talking about this
Yeah.
and calling this in and responding to this, and
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
and we
just
saw
like,
that TikTok
and we saw that
about
TikTok.
a woman who lives in the area who was like,
Yes.
we all just see her.
Yes.
driving.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that, Nathan?
I don't think I did. It's
It was.
the last
It was
couple
just.
days are a blur.
That's okay. You've been busy with big YouTube, and I get it.
Yeah, I've been on the horn with YouTube for days, guys, just to get Popcorn Palace banned from me alone.
Oh my god. So this woman comes on TikTok and she's like, here's the tea. I live in the Conejo Valley, which I guess is that part of whatever, Ventura County, wherever she was arrested. And she was like, we see her doing this shit all the time, essentially is what she's saying. She's like, people talk about it in our neighborhood. Like, she's doing this all the time. It is not surprising to a single person who lives in the area that she got pulled over because she does this.
All right, so let me give you guys the tea on Britney Spears. So I think what a lot of people don't realize is that I think the reason why the CHP announced like her whole DUI is because the entire community in the Conejo Valley were like in an uproar over Britney Spears. And I live in the Conejo Valley. She got arrested like right near my exit, like my personal exit that I get off on. And I saw like over the last couple weeks that there was like an uproar. I don't know if it was in this private Facebook group I was in or like on Nextdoor where it was at, but I saw that people had recorded videos of her driving around wasted, wasted in her BMW, and they had posted it. And I know that they had also sent it to the police department, and they were like not happy that, you know, she was just out here driving around hammered all over the place, swerving in and out of the lanes. And the thing is that over here where we live, it's a lot of like canyon roads and like 2-lane highways, or like, you know, 2 lanes on one side and 2 lanes on the other side. And she's just kind of crossing over, or like just not driving good. Okay. So I think there was a lot of pressure from like all these like communities that she shouldn't be doing that. That's number one. Number two, there's a ton of like cameras over here, like a lot of shit happening. Okay. So I think that there was some pressure on her.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm just like, it sounds like, and based on the footage that came out a few months ago or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that?
when
like,
she was
there's
doing the exact same
the
thing
exact
that
same
happened.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that.
it's-
Yeah. And do
This
you
isn't a
remember how many
conspiracy.
people were like, stop filming her and call the cops? It was like, or also just like stop filming her. But it's like now that no one was filming her,
Now it's a
people are like,
conspiracy.
it didn't happen
Yep.
and it's not fair. And she only blew a .06 or whatever.
Yeah.
And now, I'm just, the narrative is so all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, the
it's-
goalposts are moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. To
So,
me.
yes.
Sorry. Can I just make an
I'm-
observation quickly?
Yes,
Go ahead.
pin in mine.
Okay. My whole thing is it's like they have to do this at this point. I mean, there is a desperation and a panic to the things that people are trying to like the excuses they're trying to throw against the wall
Yeah.
for Britney. Because, again, her spiral has been so apparent.
Yeah.
And it's like they have to like try to gaslight us from the very visual evidence that we see every day
Yes.
that
But-
what has happened is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About the woman on TikTok who's like,
Yeah.
we're all fucking used to seeing her drive like this.
Right.
Was there something keeping her from getting? I mean, maybe she'd been pulled over a bunch and now she was just finally arrested.
I mean,
Like, were
that's a
they
good
like, we're not
question.
allowed to, we're not supposed to go?
I'm like, how
Arrest her.
powerful is this movement? If it's like, it really does sound like I mean, because just based on the video that we saw from a couple months ago alone,
Mm-hmm.
it's incredible to me that she wasn't pulled over. And so, but I also wonder, here's a possible explanation, right?
Okay.
If and this is a terrible fucking thing, whatever comparison about to draw, but like at some point, and sorry to Britney's gram, but people have been so bizarre about Britney and calling in wellness checks like y'all's best
Yeah, did
friends
you
did
see
on
that?
the Carter
Mhm.
First, pod. Like
Yeah.
people doing that kind of shit probably is like, they're probably like, we have fucking crime that we have to solve. This is not worth by the time we get to wherever you're saying, we can't verify it. We're also our police department's gonna get a lot of like bad press by like pursuing this. Like I have to imagine
That's true.
that could be a factor, at least.
I just have a question. Okay. So when she was found previously to this,
Mhm.
my understanding is that was like in more of like a residentially kind of area, not the 101. And in this situation, she's on the highway. So is it merely by virtue of the fact that she's on like a more busy and dangerous road that she was pulled over this time?
I mean, I don't know the area, but from
Okay,
the
yeah, I
definitely
just I
Google
don't
Maps
know.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they did say specifically she's on the 101.
Right.
Yeah.
And she was close to her home, I think, last time, because the video
Mhm.
like follows her from the restaurant down a 2-lane highway where she's doing this
Okay.
shit and
Mhm.
to the gate of her just okay.
Yeah.
And she gets to the gate and she can't get in the gate of her community. Like she keeps pressing the wrong number over and over and over again. And so I do think that maybe she was closer to the house in the first one. I can't say that for sure, but I think you're probably right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Van in the chat. Hey, Van.
Van, I gotta text you, Van.
She says, hey, what are your thoughts of Britney with TMZ? Because I don't trust anything TMZ now relays about Britney.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I was gonna talk about it. That wasn't I, Katie. That was on my one of the things I wanted
But
to talk about.
I think there's a few ways to look at that, too, because there's the BJ way, you know,
Yeah.
in that, like, Britney doesn't exist and everything was made up.
Yeah.
And then there's the way that's like, why does it seem like TMZ will get a comment from, like, someone close to Britney, like Cade or something, and then maybe get a comment from, like, one of her parents? Because then, like, the stories are like, she's severe, you know, what, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. It just seems to flow all over the board. And that's where I think it's
I
kinda
wonder if
funny.
that's because Britney in her state has a really fractured kind of social sphere where it's like you don't know
Yeah.
who is in control, who is speaking for her. I feel like things are
Oh, yeah,
so
of course not.
chaotic.
No,
Yeah,
and
it's
the
like,
people
yeah.
who want to get stories out about her all have an end goal,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So what were you going to say about TMZ, Emily?
I mean,
Mhm.
I was kind of just going to echo what Van is saying, but also like it's so weird because TMZ, I mean, made their internet debut basically based on Britney. And that is their cash cow. Britney, they have a person in every department, in every piece of like law enforcement. They have someone that works at the court. They have someone like that's in the court. Like they have plants everywhere, and that's not a conspiracy. That's just like how they do business. And so it is still so off-putting that they are still doing this, and they are still like they're still so laser focused on her. However, like it grosses me out that I know that like Harvey Levin probably has the results of the toxicology report, right? Like he probably already knows far before the public will know, if the public ever knows, right? He probably does have the mugshot. But like they are like the gatekeeper of information because they are monetizing their information, and I fucking hate that. But then because of how poorly TMZ handled anything Britney Spears for so many years, there's such a lack of trust in TMZ as an institution that like they probably have the most accurate information, but they make us feel like the grimiest about it. And so then the only other media outlets really don't want to touch it. It's very difficult to find people reporting on this DUI, as I was telling Katie and Nathan earlier today. It's really like, it's just like pro Britney, like poor thing. Like it's very difficult to find people that are like actually critical. And I think it's because media outlets don't want to be looked at like TMZ, and they're like, that's y'all's bag. You already took the hit. Like, y'all got it. But at the same time, then the only other information we get is like shit from BJ and decoding celebs. And like, and there doesn't seem to be like people that are willing to kind of do the two things can be true at once.
Or the Free Britney people that I used to follow who are talking now and are like, you know, you don't need to put someone in a conservatorship for this reason. Okay.
Yeah.
What should we be doing? Does anybody know what we should be doing, or should we all stop talking about it? And I don't think we can. We can't do that.
It just seems
We're not
like,
talking based on the same set of facts. That's the issue.
That's true.
In terms of like
I
what
mean,
people believe about.
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. But
Yeah, I
you know,
guess-
it's hard when they just don't believe that she is severely mentally ill and probably addicted to drugs.
I have another point.
Okay.
Go for it.
So you know how we were talking about how she just sold her music catalog for $200 million? Then, you know, she takes home like half of that after taxes or whatever. And we were like, yeah, do you think maybe when she sold her music catalog, she got a chunk of money? So she said, I'm going to go spend it. And like, everybody actually was kind of getting more worried. So like, for people to say it's a conspiracy that they were following her around, it's like, yeah, but also all of this stuff just happened. Do you think maybe they were following her around because of how she was acting?
Yeah.
Then the Britney's Graham girls did make a podcast. It was about her selling her music. And then the next week after their podcast, she got arrested for the DUI. So after the DUI, I went back and listened. And they were like just so sure that Britney was going to be even more free now that she sold her music catalog, because now I don't know, she has no ties to the music, so she doesn't have to even like make any decisions about it, and she's just free. And this was the best thing she could have done. And they said a lot of other based shit about the conservatorship, like how it's a probate and not mental health, and the interesting places that her money was going, which don't mean anything because rich people always put their money in a ton of places.
Very true.
But I guess she just got audited for the year that she got out of the conservatorship. So they're like, isn't that funny? Because then, like, they were still managing her money that year. And then I'm kind of like, yeah, but then she paid her taxes the next year and she fucked it up. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. I'm also like, and this maybe is just like being way too generous to her family, who I do think that like, and it's also weird because when you talk about her family, like people, I don't know, they like can't decipher between whether we're talking about her dad, her mom, her sister, her kids, Kevin Federline, like who we're talking about. But when I say her family,
And there's different levels.
There
to them,
is.
I think. Yeah.
There is. And I think that like, to me, and this is super simplified, but I'm like, if she sold all the rights to her music, and this is really sad and so trigger warning, but I'm like, I would almost be worried that she was gonna like
Kill herself?
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's where my mind went. I was like, oh, that's worrisome.
You mean in a way where, like, you know, sometimes people who are about to off
Die of
themselves. I don't know
cancer?
how to fucking say anything anymore.
Shut the fuck
Sometimes
up,
people who
Katie.
are about to commit suicide give their shit away, like in that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure what you meant. Got it.
That's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
like
no, that's fine.
so like she's freeing herself because she's like she doesn't want any more ties to things, and like
Yeah.
maybe that, I mean, that's just like I don't
Well-
know if we're gonna search for meaning in the selling her music,
Yeah.
aside from
Mm-hmm.
she just wanted the money to
Yeah.
Do drugs.
blow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I like your theory because what if she was looking at it because she's estranged from Kevin and so much of her paying into the child support for the kids obviously benefited Kevin, you know?
Yeah.
If she sells her music catalog and then that's just a part of her estate, and then if she has the power to change her will so that everything just goes to her sons and not to Kevin, or
That's-
whoever she really doesn't want it to go to. We know there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It seems like she's in a perfect, place to do that so that then the sons don't get tied up into how are we going to make money with the Britney Spears name? Actually, these people who own all the music can just
Right.
fucking decide that for themselves.
Yeah. No, yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
think
I
that
don't
makes
know.
sense too. Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't know, obviously. But like,
I mean,
I don't
it
know. I
feel-
just felt. Go ahead.
It feels to me like maybe it's a little bit of both. I think she needed the money. I think there are financial problems. I have heard that she does spend a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And she
Those
doesn't
reports are weird too, though.
they everything is weird. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. I don't know, is Britney particularly attached to her artistic output in any way? You know? That's what I wonder.
Well, it's like, because in her memoir, again, like, which was kind of, I hated. I mean, I loved listening to it, but like,
Like impersonal or something.
it was her perspective. If we're gonna assume that the memoir was just entirely, very literally her perspective, based almost entirely in like how she feels about things, without like rationalization behind it throughout the whole thing. Like, one of the things that she talked about was like, I feel like the courts, they just want to come down on me. And it's like, well, you were in a custody battle, and like,
Yeah,
they,
at the
they have
beginning
to
of
check
the
up on you. This is
conservatorship.
not, you are not like an exception to like even before the conservatorship. Like, she was
the
talking about how
custody
she,
with Kevin.
and that's a whole disaster that people kind of forget about, because
Yeah.
the conservatorship took up so much like space in
But
pop
do you
culture.
remember
Mhm.
her in her book claiming that she didn't know why the paparazzi was following her around in 2007 because she wasn't really drinking or doing drugs. Like, she rewrote the narrative.
Yeah.
And they like let her. I'm
Yeah.
not saying they shouldn't have let her, but there is this, she has on her side all the years where we forgot and are like,
Yeah.
you know, maybe she was just driving around a lot because her kids got taken away. And, you know, we don't know why her kids got taken away. It's hard to rationalize. But if you go back and look at news articles from the time, like, there's journalists who are like, she did like an interview in a magazine while she was pregnant,
Mhm.
and she ordered 2 margaritas.
Yeah.
You know,
She was smoking. There's pictures
Yeah.
of her smoking. There's like, and I was looking into this too, not even just today, but actually I was looking into it when those videos of the last time she was driving around crazy.
yeah,
And I was looking at the custody battle court documents from with her and Kevin. And the thing is, like, she is not the first woman who gets divorced and whose husband tries to paint her a certain way and get, like, custody battles get really nasty, right? Unfortunately, she in the interim was doing things publicly that, even if they aren't like egregious in nature, can be used against her in a court of law. And her takeaway from that is not like, maybe I shouldn't be partying with a known cokehead. Maybe it's like the courts were like, they were targeting me. But if you really, and I'm sorry, but like, I think that any other person, and I hate to do this, child, but if the roles were reversed and it was a thing where, like, and it's not the same because a mother's attachment to their children is not the same as a father's attachment, right? But like, if the roles were reversed and Kevin was out partying with like Snoop Dogg and he's in the midst of a custody battle, her lawyers could use that against him. And it's not like he should never be allowed to go smoke weed or he should never be allowed to go to a club. But it's like, that's how that works if you're in a custody battle. And then they built up this evidence against her. And in the court documents, they say, the judge says that there was reason to believe that there was substance abuse. And so she got put on this very restrictive, like, not split custody, but she had to have like a monitor. It had to be monitored custody with a third party there and a parent coach, and there was something, a parent class or something like that.
Oh my
And
God, it's
then
like
the-
super supervised custody.
super supervised,
Yeah.
okay? And I understand that, like, maybe that was all just like blown out of proportion because the court's threshold for implementing that stuff is kind of low, because it's really not like, is this provable in a court of law? It's like, what kind of is better for the kids, just at the lowest threshold. And so,
I
yeah,
think she would argue that she only got that treatment because she's being followed by paparazzi, and like, other people can live their life, but she's being followed, and that's
Well,
why
that she has to take accountability for the fact that she's a celebrity. And other celebrities were also followed, unless you ask BJ. But everybody else knows that in 2007, there were a couple of them that are being followed. And so
That's
I
true.
would argue, if you want to keep your children and you want to make sure that then you don't put yourself in situations that look like you're out partying with the girl who just did a line of coke, ran over her best friend, and drove up the Pacific Highway, you know, for an hour and a half in a, you know, drunken fueled rage, Lindsay. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, who did
Like,
she
you
run
can't-
over?
Girl, her friend, her
A
assistant,
girl? Oh, her
Lindsay
assistant.
Lohan's assistant's friend. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this.
So like, it's tough, but then by the
Uh-huh.
time we get to the incident where she was locking herself in the bathroom with Jaden,
I know.
that
Mhm.
wasn't the paparazzi that called her on her. That wasn't Kevin. That was the monitor. That was the person that the court paid to supervise the visit. And
Mhm.
her takeaway from that is, well, I felt like if I gave Jaden back, I would never see him again. And I'm like,
Mhm.
and then you really
Locked yourself
locked it in. Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah. You locked yourself in.
allegedly with a knife
Yeah.
in the bathroom.
And I'm sorry, but like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, if I was a woman and I was married to a woman, if I was a woman, hello. If I was in a relationship with a woman and she took my child and the child's supposed to be handed over to me and then locks herself in the bathroom for 3 hours, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm smoking weed. I don't care if I'm doing like, I'm sorry. Like,
Mhm.
no, you don't get to keep the kids.
Yeah.
Mm.
But she
Can I
doesn't
get a
look
gut-
at it that way.
Yeah, that's the thing. Can I get a gut check on something here? Because this is where my mind is going, and I feel like it's very different from how people are seeing Britney.
Mhm.
Like, I think and I've talked about this a lot, I think she has an organic mental illness that hit
Yeah.
around 21. But the thing is, it's like she is extremely erratic, unpredictable, delusional to the point where she cannot take accountability because she never learned through like this veil of delusion and problems with reality testing to
Yes.
figure out like what is actually her fault.
Yeah.
I just really feel like her sense of reality is very paranoid and very victimized. And can we say that she's like is she like talking about her own victimization in a narcissistic way to avoid accountability, or does she actually believe that she is being targeted? Because I think that's also possible, that she is that
is.
sick.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I agree with you. And it's interesting that you would use that word because I was like, when I was watching stuff earlier, I was like, she kind of presents like a narcissist, like
Yeah.
not in like the internet way, but in a genuine like the tendencies of a narcissist when she's talking to her kids, like some of that
Yeah.
stuff. It just kind of like it is
the clips of her talking to her kids.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
We've
for
played them on
sure.
Patreon and reacted before, by the way,
Yeah.
guys, if you're
Yeah.
curious.
it's just like, but then I don't know because a lot of the stuff that she talks about is very rooted in paranoia and
Mhm.
Yeah.
and like that.
Can
and I don't know.
Can I offer things that have popped up in that discussing Britney subreddit?
Sure. But I
More
would
like
like to say
people-
something. I would really like to say something before we talk about the discussing Britney subreddit.
Oh, I was just going to give a story about her drug use, but
Oh.
go ahead.
I just want to say that, like, I participate sometimes and I read it sometimes. I don't co-sign everything those people talk about in that subreddit. Okay.
Oh, no. They're
Okay.
crazy.
No, and honestly, speaking of a schizophrenic subreddit, like in the same thread, you'll have
Oh
like
my God.
Britney is Satan herself, and in another thread, it's like it's not. In the same thread, and like a different conversation, will be like it's not her fault.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
It's
that
bipolar.
place.
It's
Yeah, it's totally
insane.
bipolar.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Someone posted an article at some point about how there were these times that she overdosed. Like one rumor was when she was in Las Vegas with Jason getting married in 2004, right after she broke up with Justin Timberlake in 2003 or something.
Mhm.
When she had that 72-hour marriage, they had taken a lot of drugs. And that
Yes.
one of those nights when they were partying, she overdosed and he had to call the ambulance. And that was part of why they came and like intervened with that marriage, because they were also like, you can't be doing this right now. Like, you just overdosed. And then people maybe, I think, speculating, because there are rumors of her doing that a couple other times and then being like, does she really have like significant brain damage from stuff like that? You know? And maybe that's where the dementia diagnosis came in. Not saying that she's really demented per se, but they were like, yeah, we deserve this kind of conservatorship, and we're going to mark off the thing that has to do with like what's going on up here. That's all.
Yeah, like
I mean-
literal cognitive issues.
Yeah.
Understanding reality. Yeah.
I mean, doing certain drugs at a like at a certain age can definitely trigger like
Yeah.
a psychotic break. I'll say this too. She talked about that marriage in her book too. And this was another thing that I was like, girl, she was like, I just felt like I just wanted to have fun and we were in love and I just want to get married and everybody was so mad about it. And I was like, it's just a joke. Like she was like, what's the big deal? What's wrong, y'all? It's just a
Yeah.
joke. And I was like, Brittany, they
Yeah.
were like, what are you doing marrying this man? You can't do it. One, because it's not on brand, right? You like it's complete. You can't just marry whoever the hell you want randomly, okay?
Yeah.
It's a complete. We can't just introduce whoever the fuck we feel like into our multi-million-dollar, thing. And
Yeah.
like,
And he
I'm
was
just-
real embarrassing.
He was what I would call a
Yeah.
yokel.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, pew, 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 the word of the day. The word of the day. Nathan, what is a yokel?
Like
Oh
a
my
yokel,
God.
like a rube, a backwoods kind of like
Yeah.
dumbass kind of
Yes.
guy.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yokel.
Oh my God. But yeah,
Ugh.
also that.
Yeah.
Also, probably no prenup. You have millions of dollars.
Yeah,
You got to
dude.
figure something out so that he doesn't take half
But none of that like
occurred to her.
none of that reflection is reflected
Over
in
time.
the memoir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Over
Yeah.
time, she still
Yeah.
doesn't understand.
And so that's why
That's
I'm like,
wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, ma'am, at some point, you kind of gotta like,
that's what I was realizing with Kevin's book is there is no accountability from Britney.
Yeah.
I remember when she got out of the conservatorship, she had made an Instagram like reel about how like, I don't know, she just sounded really good and really lucid. And she was like, I don't want to come on here and like complain and be a victim. I grew up with victims. And I was like, ooh, burn,
Yeah.
Brittany. Your parents
She ate
are
with that.
victims. She did
Yeah.
eat with that. But then,
That's what a young person says.
Yes.
Sorry. Go
yes,
ahead,
Grandpa. Yes, Grandpa, would you like us to explain it?
No, I know. Brittany is
No.
eating at the
She's eating.
2007 VMAs. Isn't that how we use it?
Boots.
No. No.
Boots House Down.
Boots us down.
What were you saying? I'm sorry. I'm being a dick.
Sorry.
Yeah, she never took accountability in her book about any of it. And now she still lashes out on Instagram at her family, which okay, but also like if you're out of it, you could try to not be angry about it anymore because it's only hurting you. It's just like none of the interventions that she's had over the years has ever made her more accountable like an addict would if they were taking accountability.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she never did.
Well, I just like it's incredibly immature, and that whole thing where it's like, you get stuck at the age where you became a star or stuck at the
Yes.
age you were traumatized or
Yes.
whatever. So that's the thing. It's like, okay, not only do we have a probable drug problem, we have very likely severe schizoaffective kind of mental illness, but then we also have this like sort of fucked up life where she is both like made into a cash cow but also like given whatever she
Revered.
wants as long as she fulfills this very strict sense of standards of what she needs to do. So it's just like I can't imagine anybody can psychologically survive that, but I don't think she's functioning at a level of like, what is she, like 45 or whatever now?
Yeah.
44.
Yeah, she can't be.
I think also like, God, there's like, and this is kind of pivoting from what you're saying, but I want to get back to it. But and so I apologize for pivoting. I don't know why I'm doing this. Sorry. There's like the Instagram behavior that's like, I guess people make a lot of excuses for. To me, it's just, the cope on the Instagram dancing is heavy.
That is what I
people will
think of all the
rationalize it.
time. I'm like, how can you delude yourself into anything when you have this?
They're
to
like
watch every day?
living in a place of like, this is performance art. And I'm like,
No.
I don't think so,
No.
buddy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think this is performance art. Like, especially those last few before she got arrested are like,
Ooh.
Oh.
With
really
the
bad.
lipstick.
With the lipstick and it's just like, I
Yeah.
think there's a world where we could say performance art, not taking care of herself, might be
Yeah.
that too. But then there's
Yeah.
also like her.
Oh, and clone. And also clone.
I forget about
yes.
clone all the time. The most
Yeah.
obvious theory.
Mhm.
Yeah. But there's also her like random in real life things that happen, and you think about the couple of sightings at restaurants that there have been where she's seemingly like, but it's kind of like we're viewing it through someone else's lens, usually like a camera phone. Like I feel like there was a restaurant incident that happened a couple years ago where I've always kind of been like, I don't know that that's evidence of anything at all. But then
the one where she just looked weird in a restaurant.
yeah, like but
Or
people
the
were like,
one
she's
where-
being manic.
Oh yeah. One and you just couldn't really tell it was far away. And then
Yeah.
there's one where she ran up to like a basketball player.
That's what I was gonna say.
And he smacked her because he thought someone was like
No, the bodyguard, which is his job,
Okay.
as she is screaming, running down a Vegas casino, right?
Yeah.
Calling him the wrong name because racism. She's like,
I didn't know that.
yes, and
Fuck,
she's
man.
like running up, and he doesn't know who she is, and I mean,
And she runs up to touch him.
she runs up to like
She
grab
does.
him to say something to him, and
Yeah.
the bodyguard smacks her arm, and it's not, he wasn't like looking at her, he's doing his job, much like
Yeah.
I would hope that her bodyguard would do to a
For her.
random guy running up to her. And like the way that she handled that situation was bad.
She went on Instagram and told the story, and it contained things that did not occur in the video.
Yeah. And then when it seems that she was confronted with the reality of what like happened, she still didn't like grasp it. And so again, I'm like, we're confronted with this like, are you in this like mental state where you genuinely are not recognizing reality, or are you in such strong denial because of your bias, your lack of ever having to be in a situation where you really take full accountability for your actions? Like,
Yeah.
is that just kind of like, I mean, I don't know. And if it is a situation of like this serious detachment from reality,
Mhm.
that it would be categorized as like a personality disorder or mental health crisis, then in that case, I would want her to get help. But then I had this conversation with some friends the other night, and one of my friends was just kind of like, just saying like, she just needs to get therapy. And I was just like, she's not going to get therapy.
No.
She views therapy like her, however she associates like mental health treatment, rather than like they're routinely giving you drugs because you have to take these to be regulated. She's like, they're forcing me down. They're injecting me with things against my will. They're forcing me to have an IUD. And it's like, these things may be true, but that's also part of treatment. I mean, not physically pinning someone down, but like, I don't know if that was
No.
happening.
So I think where I used to work, they would pin someone down if they had to.
Yeah.
And we weren't there, so we don't know.
Yeah.
But sometimes, yeah, that might
Yeah.
happen.
This
Yeah.
this actually, it's making me think of I used to know, I had a musician friend named Bruce in New York, and he used to tell me he had two very aging parents and a schizophrenic brother,
Mhm.
but his schizophrenic brother was very manipulative, regardless of the schizophrenia. But
Mhm.
Bruce would tell me how it was very hard sometimes to parse what was what. And so you really didn't know. It was very difficult to be like, okay, what do I hold you accountable for? What do I call you
Right.
on? And what is a part of the paranoia? You can be mentally ill and be a shitty person at the same time,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
it's true.
And that may be what we're
so-
dealing with here.
And that brings me to
Yeah.
what they always say, the celebrity memoir book club girls who now call themselves good noticings.
Don't get me started.
I can't wait to.
Even after she was driving erratically a few months ago and it was on tape, they were just out there talking about how it's not illegal to be mentally ill. It's just not illegal to be mentally ill. Leave her alone.
And
I
I
was
was
like,
really mean. I'm not gonna say it.
But we want to know.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
Just keep going. I can't stand
Okay.
them. Go ahead.
I like that. Anyway,
Oh, God, I want to know everything. But I will respect your wishes, Emily Rose.
Thank you.
Let's get back on topic.
well, so she had already been driving erratically, and I was like, hey, it's not cool to drive drunk and like put other people in danger. You can't just keep being like, nothing needs to happen. Shut up.
Well,
This isn't illegal. I'm like,
Not
that
only
actually
as-
is illegal.
Exactly.
It literally
it's like, not only is
is.
it not cool, it's highly illegal. So it's like, yeah, being mentally ill isn't, but putting others and yourself in danger.
Well, they were just
totally
ignoring
is.
that story as a whole. They
Yeah.
were just.
Well,
I,
yeah, that's what you
I think a
gotta
lot
do.
of them do.
But
yeah.
based
for
on
sure.
the videos that we've seen, even if she wasn't drunk, she is driving like a maniac.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I
You
know.
can't drive
Mhm.
like that.
No,
Girl, I don't give a fuck. Like I don't understand. Like, fine, she's not on drugs. We're all making this up. Fine.
Mhm.
She what? What?
We're all
like,
making this up.
we're all
Fine.
making it. I'm tired of that too because they find the Adderall in her car
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Well, maybe she's prescribed Adderall." And I'm like,
bitch.
Oh,
Is
I heard
she?
that whole thing BJ was saying about like,
Oh,
it's
my God.
prescribed. She goes to Mexico. There's pharmacies in Mexico. I'm like, it is Mexican
BJ.
Adderall. It is methamphetamine with a chaser of fentanyl, and we all know it.
And
So
she
let's
actually
stop
admits,
pretending it's legit.
She admits in her book that that's her drug of choice.
Yeah.
You know,
and if
we
you
know
s-
that she's overdone it on those before.
Mm-hmm.
and you okay, I'm going to be personal, I'm going to be vulnerable, I'm going to be honest, okay?
Okay.
I take Adderall. There
Yeah.
was a time in my life that I would say I was definitely like abusing alcohol while taking my Adderall as prescribed.
Mhm.
But if you are abusing alcohol and you're taking your Adderall as prescribed, you are a nightmare person. You have the potential to be a nightmare person. And I had a couple of instances where I like went off the fucking rails on some bullshit. On some like, you're not playing the song I want to, or like you're saying something that's irritating me in the moment. And so I'm going to like lose my sense of reality for a second because like it's methamphetamine
yeah.
in its purest
Mhm.
form. You don't have
Yeah.
to add the fentanyl.
It's crazy anyway.
It's crazy anyway. So
Yeah.
if she, and also, I have a hard time with, so she shouldn't have to take any kind of like other kind of pharmaceuticals because that's reminiscent of the conservatorship and this is all made up and the mental illness is all fake and all of that. But but the Adderall is what she should stick with
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
the one that she carries around with her.
in her car.
And I know people take Adderall throughout the day, like you take one in the morning and one in the afternoon. So maybe
Sure.
that does make sense. But I'm kind of like, I don't know. She wasn't just carrying all her pills around.
She wasn't going anywhere.
Uh-huh.
They said she wasn't coming from anywhere. She wasn't going anywhere. Like,
Oh, really? She was
Yes.
just driving?
yes, because at first the report was that she was coming back from a dinner. They verified, no, the hell she wasn't. She was joyriding.
Well, that's why I think Van was saying, like, do we believe things that TMZ says? Like, those little nuancy things, do they matter?
Do we believe what are they? It's how
don't know.
sensational it's like the problem is that they sensationalize the headline to get clicks. You have to go in there and you have to like determine what information they have. So like their headline is going to say
Yeah, like they were
Britney
looking at the police
Spears
report.
arrested for drug possession.
Yeah.
Ugh, today.
Mhm.
Like they're going to do that, but then if you open the link and you read what it says, they are not going to give false information in an article, but they will lead you to believe something, and if you don't read it, you will think, well, that's bizarre, right?
Yeah.
They can
Or it's like
clickbait whatever they
weasel
want.
wording. They can
Exactly.
word things in ways that will make you think something, but if like they ever get called on it, they're like, nope, grammatically
say
this
that.
isn't the way it happened. Yeah.
Right. And the
Yeah.
facts that we have now, the only facts that we have are like she was pulled over for reckless driving. She
Uh-huh.
was arrested on suspicion of a DUI. We actually have no idea if they breathalyzed her. We know that she allegedly is telling people that she blew a .06. That hasn't been
Yes.
confirmed.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We don't know that. We don't. Not only do we not know if that happened, we don't know that she told people that. Like,
This is can I just this is a crazy phenomenon that people who otherwise would not let any of this like sort of information fly, would not
Right.
accept any of it, without further verification.
yeah,
In this situation, it's
Accept
wild
it if
to me.
Yeah.
if it's on her side, they'll accept the little things that help Britney.
in
Yeah.
total
Story.
contradiction to everything. It's just fucking boggles my mind. I'm sorry, I had to express that.
Oh
no,
yeah.
it's exhausting. I'm also
Yeah.
going to the bathroom, but I'm spiritually I'm here.
Okay,
Oh,
got
okay.
it.
I
Yep.
was like, are we gonna get to come?
Spiritually, yes.
Because she was like,
I
don't
just
worry, I'm
came
going to the
spiritually.
bathroom.
If-
I love that because you know what that means.
yeah.
I don't have to say that.
No. The Holy Ghost came out at the tip of my penis.
Oh my God.
It's been a long day, guys.
Yeah. Let's see
Yeah.
if the chat, are you guys saying anything? And then in Missouri, if somebody blows over a .02 when they're driving erratically, it can still be charged as a DUI. That
Oh,
makes
like
sense.
just having any alcohol? Because you are technically like under the influence, if you
Yeah,
have
I
any
mean,
in your system.
what I've learned from this story is that I don't know what would happen to me if I got pulled over and I blew anything. And I blew the cop.
Well, I was thinking you probably get off scot-free.
Yeah. I'd blow the breathalyzer. And
Yeah.
then when I saw the result, I'd be like, I can blow other things too.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
I want to be with you when that happens.
Oh, I hope
what
to God
did
you are.
I miss?
I told
What did I miss?
Nathan that because Elizabeth on Patreon says in Missouri, if somebody blows over a .02 when they're driving erratically, you can still be charged with a DUI.
Right.
And I said, to be honest, I don't know like what could happen to me if I was driving under the influence. And I don't know how much you have to drink to get .02, or
Yeah.
even why people pull you over. But anyways, if this happened to me and I had to blow and then I just stopped talking because I went, blow? And then I said, well, if I blew a high number, I'd say that's not all I can blow.
Hell yeah, dude.
Isn't it like the
Fuck
sexiest
yeah.
thing you've ever heard?
I think it's very sexy. And I think that cop would be like, sure.
Oh, he's into you.
Free
He is
to
into
go.
you. I
Free to
know
go.
it.
No, he would
Yeah.
just let me go. He'd be like,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
not talk
Oh.
any more about this. He'd be like, no, we're done.
Yeah.
We are done here.
I
Yeah,
don't
he'd be
wanna
like,
put
I
up with
came
this."
spiritually, so go with God.
So, anything you haven't said yet, anyone?
Oh, can I say something about BJ?
Please.
Yeah.
Can I? Okay. Because I listened to like the first I could stand the first 7 minutes of her Britney Spears DUI episode. And the thing is, I stopped at the point where I had like a kind of a big discovery. And maybe it's obvious to everybody else, but I'm like, what BJ is in the business of doing is saying whatever will make her audience the most angry. And she
Yes.
knows that
Mhm.
with Britney, like they've identified themselves with Britney so hard that she has an audience of people who also probably can't be told that they're wrong very well. They probably don't take criticism great,
Yes.
I would imagine. And she knows this.
Yes.
And so, therefore, by defending Britney, this figure they've all identified with, she's just like feeding their egos. She knows it. I don't think
Yeah.
she has any feelings about anything she says.
No.
I
That's
really
why-
think she's just feeding egos.
That's why I told you earlier, I was like, I view her stuff as camp. Like, I view it as satire because it is so.
Yes.
That's
is
why you
so-
tune in.
That's why I tune in. I think it's
Oh, yeah.
hilarious. She was like, have you ever heard of one person, a celebrity that had a DUI with this much attention? This much attention on it?
And
Paris
we were all
Hilton?
like,
Did
yes.
she?
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan, did she? Yes, yes. Tiger Woods. I was like, Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like
Yes!
6 celebrities whose careers were destroyed by DUIs.
In fact, I would say
Yeah.
your girl has gotten off the longest, having been associated with basically everyone you mentioned. And for some reason, people are not like clocking in on that association probably came with more than just like a crazy night out in front of the
Yeah.
cameras and the paparazzi. Like, get a grip. Obviously, yes. Paris Hilton was arrested like a bazillion times. And then this is what BJ does. She goes, Do you remember that she had all these that Paris Hilton had a DUI? I
Yes.
remember. And then I'm
Of
like,
course.
I know you remember. Why would you even ask and then say you remember, but then say that like she didn't, that Britney doesn't have. This is the least amount of press I think that Britney has ever gotten. Genuinely.
I mean, for
About
us
it.
not
Paris
to
went to
have
fucking jail.
seen,
Paris went to jail.
for
Let's not
us
forget
not to
Paris
have
went to
seen
jail.
mugshots.
twice. They
Yeah.
have pictures of the cocaine in her pocket.
Oh my-
Nice.
Yes, she had. Yes, she had media
Ugh.
frenzy around her.
Wasn't that when she was at the
Britney.
airport and got caught? Cocaine, or was there cocaine the other times too?
She had the time that it was like, it was in her purse because
Yeah, and she was like, "I thought it was gum."
yes,
I thought it was gum.
Yes,
she told
she
them
was-
she thought it was gum.
yes.
Oh my god.
I always go like this.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
I chew.
Mm.
To be fair, I
It's
mean,
real gritty, but I like it.
it's just like, yeah. But then I was thinking about that too, Nathan, how like the problem then expands beyond Britney. It gets into like her fans see themselves in her.
Mm-hmm.
And like, because maybe the mental illness piece is not as easy to identify with, because if that is her sole condition, then
Mhm.
she's at a level that like most people don't have.
Yeah.
So they're identifying solely with like the part where like they're the exception to every single rule and should never be held accountable for anything ever,
Yeah.
which is a little alarming. And then it just kind of like it feeds itself.
Mhm.
And so then they go online and then they're like, this is a travesty and leave women alone. I don't think we have to get into like, most women experience a level of trauma and cope with it however. And granted, they're not in the public eye. Granted, they don't have like this amount of pressure on them at a young age, but like they're not able to get away with it for so long.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that Britney is like harmful to people. I don't think she's like necessarily I don't know. I don't like some of the stuff I hear about allegedly her conduct with her children. I think that's probably the stuff that I am like the most like
Yeah.
alarmed
things?
by.
Mhm.
Well,
Just
just
I
like because there are things we heard from Kevin, which I don't tend to think are lies, but then those weird clips that we heard that they recorded.
I think,
Yeah.
and I think one of y'all touched on it earlier, but like, she's emotionally stunted. She talks about having babies, and
Yeah, she does.
like
Mhm.
babies, like they're dolls. And that's
Mm.
how like 12-year-old girls that are just going through puberty talk about having babies.
Mhm.
And then sometimes those 12-year-olds turn into like 16-year-olds that have kids and don't know how to take care of them, don't have any like understanding of like raising a child. And like, oh, this was also important too. In her conservatorship, so the custody agreement, when she got it taken away completely, after she got put in her conservatorship, she actually ended up earning back like most of her joint custody rights throughout the time of that conservatorship, like a lot of her rights with the kids back under the conservatorship. And so if we're arguing like, should there be
Was
some
it good for her or something?
Yeah, it was like a complete loss for her. Like maybe not. If because she's always talking about all she cares about is her kids, her kids, her kids, her kids. But then she goes on the internet and like drags
All of
Shaden
them?
or all of them for like
Yeah.
not respecting her. It's like, girl,
Yeah.
they're teenagers. Like they don't respect anybody. Come
Yeah.
on. Come on. But she doesn't have that like she like thinks about like sex and babies and like everything like a little girl.
Mhm.
And that again kind of lends to like maybe there's just something real serious going on, and then like, the conservatorship like controlled whether or not she could have kids, and I don't like the government intervening on whether or not someone has children
Yeah.
unless
Yeah, but
you're going to put them in
yeah.
harm's way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I don't want that lady who drowned all her kids to have kids again. I don't think
Yeah.
that's a crazy thing to
Exactly.
say. Not putting them on the
Yeah.
same level, but I'm just saying like there are instances like
Where
maybe
it seems fair.
where it
Yeah.
seems fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems fair. And if you're driving around wackadoodle,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
you shouldn't. And something else that comes up a lot from the time before the conservatorship is like, and I remember this clear as day when it happened, when she had, I think it was actually, maybe it was, I don't know, Preston or Jaden, one of them, on her lap while she was driving. And remember those pictures?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
they drug her for that, like the media,
Oh, yeah.
like all
Yeah.
of the media.
Yeah.
And I remember some of the counter arguments being like, what, you've never like driven, like like, come on, be so for real. Like
You've never driven
everyone,
with your kid like that?
you never driven
Is that
with
what
your
they're
kid on your
saying?
lap? Yeah. And it's like,
No.
first of all, I mean, at the time in 2007, the car seat laws were in place because that happened in my lifetime. And so like, but I can see it, but at the same time I'm like, but again, she was fighting for custody. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter
Don't
if the
do that.
paparazzi are chasing you. Then
Yeah.
don't move the car. Like you have alternatives to some of these. Well, I had to get out. I had to drive. Where were you going?
Well, wasn't her story when that happened is that she had been so harassed by the paparazzi that she had to grab him and just go.
Yes.
She didn't have time to like strap him in.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Okay,
Sorry.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
you're right.
Mhm.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying like it's like she says that, and it's like I think the instinct is to be like, oh yeah, you just wanted to get your child away from the paparazzi. But it's also like logically, what situation was going to occur with the paparazzi there
Yeah.
that like having your kid on your lap while you're driving wouldn't also put him in danger of.
Yeah, but I would say, and I'm not defending anybody,
No,
but in
no.
that specific situation, you can't expect her to be reacting logically. If indeed she is that fearful, I don't think you're thinking ahead to be like, okay, so what could they actually do? It's just fear, you know?
Yeah,
it's
that's
in the
true.
moment. So
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So I keep wondering, should she like move away? Do we need her? Does she need for her own good because people will follow her like this.
Mm-hmm.
Can she just go live somewhere private? I know,
in
I
what
know.
way? Like, in what way do
Yeah.
you mean? By
Like
herself?
Alaska?
Just like in a cottage by the sea?
No, and I am realizing as I'm saying it that the problem
I think
is
isolation is the issue.
Yes.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
The problem is like there's nobody helping her. I'm sure she doesn't want that, and that's what the whole problem is. Like
yeah.
I don't think she's going to be able to run her life by herself, especially with who she is. And there are celebrities who do stay away from the paparazzi. And I'm sure that's because a lot of people are employed to help with that.
Yeah.
And she doesn't seem to have that right now.
And I think to give her some credit and some grace, like specifically she was treated by the paparazzi and by the media and the tabloid media is a big part of why we have reframed as a society like tabloid culture, because we reflect on that and say that wasn't great.
Yeah.
Keep doing that.
Yeah.
And so to her credit, like if like she really was a pivotal piece in people realizing at her expense how fucked that was. But then it's almost like an overcorrection now where people are like, well, we just shouldn't even speak about her. We shouldn't even say anything negative. In fact, if anyone's going to drive drunk, it's Britney Spears. But then we overcorrect and then we're saying, oh, well, we shouldn't speak about her at all. And and actually, if anyone should drive drunk, it's Britney Spears. Like that is then where I think we're doing too much. Like,
yeah, it's almost like she's been so put upon, she has the right to put everybody else in danger. That's what we're saying.
That's not also what that's not what I thought the Free Britney movement was about. I thought it was about like getting.
I thought all the people saying things like that were joking. Were they not?
No, there were some people that were doing it that satirically, but that has been there has been people that have said, honestly, we don't even need to comment on her. If she's gonna drive drunk, she's gonna drive drunk. So like not as blatant, but that is the same sentiment. Like let her, you know? And it's like, but if she's free and if we're gonna treat her like everybody else gets arrested when they drive like that. Like everybody else gets in trouble when they break the law. I think, I don't know. I don't know the solution. Jesus.
Honestly, I think she needs to, I'm sorry. I think she needs to be under another conservatorship, probably for the rest of her life. I think the level of her issues is kind of like just so organically profound in her brain that she is, this sounds so bleak, but I don't think she's capable of functioning normally without supervision. I don't.
Let me ask you this. I have a question. So, because this is part of it too. Do you think that the specific condition that she has, be it substance abuse, be it some sort of psychological diagnosis, has always been kept private?
Oh,
It's never been released to the public. And the explanation has always been like, well, right, it's dementia. But it's clone.
Yeah.
It's clone.
Clone brain.
It's
Clone brain.
that. It's
Yeah.
that classic clone. It's big opera. It's clone.
Big clone. God.
I'm like, so would having that, whatever it is, be public?
I think it would help all of us to know.
I definitely.
I feel like it would help me, like,
I know.
personally. But I'm
that's
like,
why there's so much fighting within the Britney people.
but do you think that some people are like, and both ends, because that discussing Britney sub, I can still be convinced. Like, if you told me, like, maybe she pops a pill every now and again, but it is largely
Mental illness.
Like, I would be like, yeah. I am not so far, like, there are some people on that sub, and I'm sure generally that are so far into, like, it is drugs and nothing else that I'm like, would it actually help them any more than it would help the clones, the clone people? You know?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like both ends of the spectrum are kind of like so radicalized.
I don't think the clone people could be
Yeah,
helped.
no, they're
Yeah.
actually, it would probably just like confirm them
Yeah,
somehow.
they'd be like, nah, she's a clone.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it does make a very interesting point about the continuing stigmatization of mental illness. If we are ready to believe it's all drugs, or she's a fucking clone, before we're just ready to believe she has a tragic mental illness that needs
Yeah.
constant treatment.
yeah.
It's terrible, but you know what? It happens,
I'll tell you
and
this.
we got to face it.
We do. We really do, guys. We
We have to face it.
We have to face it.
I think I'll say this. If it is largely just like mental illness,
Mhm.
like the Adderall's not helping. And you cannot convince
should-
me.
If she has bipolar, which has been mentioned, I think by like her people as maybe one of the problems she has,
Right.
she absolutely should not be on a stimulant.
No.
Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
It's so it's nobody's telling us the truth ever.
Because if it's ADHD, if that is the only thing, then she's abusing her medication.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Do you
then
remember
now
when,
we're back on drugs. Goddamn.
Uh-huh.
Is it in Paris Hilton's book or her documentary where she goes, all of this stuff was because I had ADHD? I think it was her book. She was like, my ADHD made me call black people the N-word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a big part of her rebrand, I'll tell you that. I don't know if it was
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah.
the book or the podcast that she had for like a year and a half or the doc.
Mm.
Yeah.
But,
Also, I do remember in a Vanity Fair article, and this was like pre-Me Too, when Harvey Weinstein, he had like a reputation of being a real asshole, but it wasn't like what it became.
Right.
And he tried to say that he was like, I eat too many carbs. Because like at that time, like Atkins and keto were really big. He's like, yeah, my doctor says I'm mean and an asshole because I eat too many carbs. And now I'm on like a low carb diet and I'm great. The most LA fucking excuse you've ever heard in your life.
Oh my god.
I think
Sorry.
you should
Yeah.
become a dick because you're on the diet, not
Yeah.
because-
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. He was
You're
saying
not
it was
getting
a sugar thing.
nutrients.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do you
solved
think
Harvey
it's just
Weinstein.
that Brittany just eats too many carbs?
She eats too many carbs.
That's somebody call her people. We got it. Nailed it. Good job.
Yeah, so I guess like the headlines coming out now are they're so desperate to print something, which is what's so frustrating, right?
yeah.
Is every day it's like Brittany is probably going to get treatment. And she says she's okay with that. And then the next day it's like Brittany is not okay with getting treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like we almost tested the pills in Brittany's car. But not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. No,
It's
it's
just there's just
exhausting.
something all the time, and I'm like,
oh God.
I'm like-
unless you have something, shut up.
Yeah,
if I want
shut
to be
up,
jerked
please.
around, I'll
Please
tune
shut
into Nancy Guthrie. Okay, I'll do that whole thing if I want to
Yeah.
be, sent on a wild goose chase.
I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
let Nathan know there's a new theory that we hadn't.
I told you already,
Explored.
Katie. I don't want to have the bandwidth for this.
I honestly,
Here's
I
what the
don't.
theory is,
was
Nathan.
she's like in a pond or something?
No,
Okay.
Matt Lauer kidnapped her.
Oh God!
Yeah.
In cahoots with Hoda Kotb?
Well,
Yeah.
we
Were
know
they
the
working
truth.
together?
We
We know.
do know the truth.
We know that
Okay.
that's the truth, but
Yeah.
people only want it to be Matt Lauer.
He was just Hoda Kotb's goon.
So true.
I know it.
I do want to say that today Radar Online did report Matt Lauer drops grudges to reach out to Savannah Guthrie amid mom's kidnapping.
Oh, he's
Wasn't-
got grudges,
Oh
does
yeah,
he?
oh
He's
yeah,
got
Matt
some
Lauer.
grudges. Oh,
I
good for you, Matt. Drop those grudges.
That was
remember
a very
this
strange
differently.
That's
headline.
fucking insane that they would. print
Yeah,
that.
I keep thinking that they're getting closer and closer to try and bring back Matt Lauer.
Oh, they are.
So-
I
Oh, they
feel
are.
it too, girl.
I'm
Absolutely.
working on all the reasons why we can't do that. Okay, I'm working
Yeah.
on it.
Oh God.
Wait, I
No,
have one
you're
more
right.
thing. I have one more thing to say, Britney.
All right.
But just because I feel like we would be remiss not to touch on this just a little. The Epstein files. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That like she was just arrested and taken into custody because she was about to come out about the Epstein files, which is apparently
Okay. All right.
and like
oh, she had things to say about the. Oh, I did not hear that.
apparently she had things to say.
Oh.
I'm like, that's
Wait, did she
weird.
really?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
And there's
I
no
mean,
way to know that because
There's no way.
this is what's in the news now because we wouldn't let her talk. Okay.
Like, have any of these people seen her Instagram?
That's what I was
posts?
just about to say.
I mean,
I was like,
it's word salad, guys.
no,
Nothing's making sense.
there's nothing coherent
Yeah.
that she could have said about the Epstein files, like
Yeah.
at
Could
all.
you imagine?
I feel like she would have been like, I have something to say about the Epstein files. I like planes and islands. And that would have been it.
Yeah. I get reminded a lot about the tweet that she had where she was like, does anyone think global warming is good?
Yeah.
And then she goes on to say, I really love Lady Gaga's music.
Yeah.
That's
And
so sweet, though. It's so
I
pure.
know that Britney
Yes.
tweeted that. Britney
Yeah.
wrote that, you know?
That's so cute.
And just to be fair, okay, like I think that
Okay.
what people are saying is that at some point Epstein and his goons were like conspiring about how to like put someone or have control over a person the way that Britney was under control. I think that that is the context in which she comes up in the Epstein files, which she does in that context.
Mhm.
I don't think that first of all, Epstein did not deal in celebrities, okay? He had a
Mhm.
very serious, like, underground organization of upcoming models that never would be celebrities. There's a reason for that. That's why
Yep.
that is
Yep.
what his business was, and that and the network that he trafficked for. That's
Yeah,
what they
gorgeous,
did.
unsupervised women who are very young and probably in poverty.
And
you
in
know?
poverty and
Yeah.
would not attract attention. So
Exactly,
no,
yeah.
Britney Spears was not on his
Mhm.
list of people to like fuck with. None of
Yeah.
none of those people are okay. So no, Britney was not about to come out about the Epstein files. If she had anything to say, it would be about something that she heard someone say. Like she doesn't. It's like one of my biggest gripes with the Discussing Britney subreddit when it first started was people were like before it got really bad, but when it first started and it was a little more tolerable, people were like, if she's reading this, and I'm like, she's not, guys, she's not reading this. Britney Spears is
They
not
kept
on
saying
Reddit.
that, didn't they?
Yes. Do you remember
Was
that?
it like we shouldn't say this because Britney might read it?
Yes. And I was like,
Yeah.
Britney is not reading this subreddit, dude.
I don't know, Emily.
Yeah.
What if she is?
She's not, dude.
Well, you know
She's
what?
not.
If Britney is reading it, that's Britney's choice to read it. That still shouldn't limit how I can speak about her.
That's so true.
So
Thank
true
you.
because if she's free, so am I, goddammit.
Yeah,
yeah.
God
So
damn,
am I,
yes.
goddammit.
If Britney's free, so are we.
Oh, Shut the fuck up.
I was going to say in relation to the Epstein thing, because I think I did see someone getting all conspiracy theory. You know, Britney was out with P. Diddy the night before her 2007 VMA performance.
Fair,
Therefore,
yeah.
P. Diddy trafficked her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
When we know it was much, as you said, much easier to traffic some person who didn't have fame and who was
Yes.
maybe looking for fame.
Yes.
So I don't think that would have happened. B, if it did happen, if she was being used like that all the time, I think that's why she's self-medicating now. She's not wanting to come out and talk about it.
Exactly.
That's the other
Yeah.
thing. Okay?
Also,
Yeah.
the actual story from that night is that she didn't want to be told what to do. She didn't want to do the performance at all.
Right.
She was anxious about it. All of this checks out, right? She didn't really
Yes.
want to do it. She was anxious about it. So
The
she goes,
VMAs, Nathan. The VMAs.
No,
VMAs.
because I'm thinking even Diddy said that night, girl, you should probably go home.
Yes.
he said
I
you should
remember-
go home.
I read that
She was-
chapter in that book.
Okay.
Yeah.
She said, fuck you. I'm going to stay up and party. And she
Mhm.
did. And she was unprepared. And then she like used substances. She drank at least to like calm her
Calm
nerves.
down.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then she kind of was out of it for the performance. Like it can really be that simple, and it doesn't have to be like, I don't know if people hear drug use and they just like they're like taken to a place of like Brittany Murphy and Spun or some shit, and it's like there's a middle ground of like people using substances to cope in
Mhm.
ways, and I'm obviously now we may very well be at a place of Spun, but like back then maybe she was just like partying too goddamn much, and it was ruining
Yeah.
a lot of opportunities for her.
Mhm.
And when she already had so much like power and influence and like goodwill, that when people tried to sit her down and be like, girl, you're ruining it, she didn't
Mhm.
want to hear it because she wanted to do what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that she got told what to do for a long time. And then when she had the opportunity to try not to do that, she still got told what to do.
Yeah.
And it's just always felt like that for her.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on the opposite side, I'm sorry, just one more thing. On the opposite side, I do feel also like there is that her constantly being told what to do and her reacting against that. But also like she's in another way, I imagine she must always be getting what she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You
sure.
know? Like it's
Yeah.
so it's like it's such a weird dichotomy
I'm sure it's
to live
really
in.
complex.
Yeah.
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 So,
All right.
what do we think about the future?
What?
I don't know. I don't know how to close out.
About the
No,
future.
no. I mean, you know,
I mean, I
hope
think
for
we
the
all
best,
want,
plan for the worst.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if she got back in a conservatorship, it would be good if someone was in charge that wasn't in her family, because I think they have enough issues. I think when she got that lawyer, Matthew Rosengart, I think
Yeah.
he should advocate for her. I don't know if he's still on the payroll, but I think they should get him again.
I feel like she needs like a British nanny.
Ooh.
That would
Like
be
somebody
great.
along those lines, like a total third person, like tough but loving.
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, but like meaner a little bit.
Literally
I
super
don't know.
nanny.
Mary Poppins was mean.
Oh, you
She
heard
was
it here
femme.
first. Katie Mordhorse thinks Mary Poppins was a bitch.
Well.
Breaking news.
If we weren't
Well,
canceled before, here we are.
Oh. The Mary Poppins stands are going to be after us. What do they call them?
Shit.
The Poppers? I don't know.
Shut up.
The Poppers.
Oh, God.
All right. Mm.
I want to go on record and say to our tech person,
Yeah.
if you name this episode, if Britney is free, so are we. I'm going.
You're what?
I'm going. Period.
Where
To
are you
die. I'm
going?
going to die. I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me to do that or not.
I
Put a 1 in the chat if I should call this episode.
Well,
If
I'm-
Brittany is free, so are we.
that is so insane. I
We
think-
already got 2 1s.
Oh no.
Oh, cool. All right. We're doing it.
I think like the problem with that is that I very quickly was like, we could make that work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like,
yeah.
that could be the next Free Britney. And then I was like, I don't want to
Why are we
contribute
trying to
this.
monopolize? Did you ever have an opinion on the Britney's Graham girls going on to make, like, I don't know if you knew, a documentary podcast about Britney Spears and therefore monetizing
What
Britney advocacy? Did
which
you know that?
documentary did they do?
They did something called Toxic, the Britney Spears story, and it was a podcast.
I mean, there were so many things that came out. I
I
already
know.
like I don't like those girls.
Okay.
So that is not shocking to me. And I don't like that upon knowing that information. No, I do not like that.
It was interesting because they did have a lot of knowledge, but I did think that what they think is not also based 100% in reality.
Correct. I think the only people that really like know what's going on with Britney Spears is like Britney and Sam Asghari and Jamie Lynn and Jamie Lynn.
Why is it so
And-
hard to disambiguate Britney's family from one another?
It's so
Yeah.
weird.
They're just it's like a big maw. Anyway.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think that anyone really like no, and I think I genuinely think TMZ knows. And I think the fucked up thing about TMZ is that again, they are gatekeeping and monetizing every piece of information they have. And that's
and
why
who knows what
TMZ
they've
is fucked up.
killed?
Who
knows what they've killed? Seriously.
Okay, you mean like stories that have popped up and then
Yeah.
they've been paid not to release?
100%.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
Because
know.
I thought they might be killing people.
That too, but not in
That
this
too.
particular
And might.
instance. Possible.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You know what? I'm going to
Yeah.
go out on a limb. They kidnapped Nancy
Nancy Guthrie,
Oh.
thank you. That's
We are
literally
solving mysteries left and right today. I love it.
Ugh.
All
my
right.
god.
Well, I'm going to wrap this up.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
And say
All right.
thanks everyone for joining us on the Patreon.
Thanks, everybody.
I love seeing your comments, even though these two
I can't
poopy
see
pants
them.
don't get to see them.
Well, then they could say
yeah.
mean things about us to you.
That's true.
Yeah, it's nice.
And you know what? I'm not going to tell you any of the mean stuff that's been said.
Okay.
Thank
So,
you.
All right.
You're welcome.
You're the
Thank you
TMZ
so
of this
much.
podcast.
Yeah.
I sure am.
Catch
I
and kill,
kill
baby.
stories.
Catch and kill. All right.
So-
and thank you, Emily Rose, for
Thank you guys.
your beautiful knowledge.
I do my
All right.
best.
We're here. We're on the case, and we'll
All right.
talk to you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Scrolling through my feed, all I see is bullshit, fake news, clickbait. Gotta sift through all of it. Like share, retweet, trying to keep up with the trends, but it's all just a facade, man. It's all pretend. Online bullshit, that's all it is.